So this is the Spark Go from Positive Grid. A lot of people have been uploading videos about this recently because at this time of year it's become a very popular practice amp. It's really good for if you've got the family at home and you don't want to disturb people, or if you're going away on holiday or vacation, which is what I'm currently doing. I'm away for about a week and a half or 2 weeks, and I didn't want to disturb the people that we're with, or farm yard animals, or whoever it is you don't want to be disturbing. This, in theory, should be the ideal amp for that situation. So as you can see, it's well packaged in a nice little box. It's got a little slip here that says "Open Me." So let's do that. So inside that nice white box is a nice brown box, and we open it up here. This is what we have inside. I've got a quick start manual. We got this. This is it's like a replacement grill cloth. Yeah, a replacement grill cloth in case you don't like the gold one that comes with it as standard. Drops everything. Got these two nice straps. I think one's to strap it to your guitar strap and one's to strap it to your belt maybe. Some more kind of paperwork. USB-C to USB-A charging cable, and what we're all here to see. Positive Grid Spark Go. So as I said before, this is the kind of thing that is ideal for travel. If you compare it to size, this is an iPhone 15 Pro Max, and next to it you can just see how tiny it is. Obviously that weighs not so much. It takes up very little space, it's very lightweight, and what struck me immediately was the actual quality, the build quality of this. It feels like it's been built to last. It feels durable, it feels quite rugged. It feels like it's built to take whatever it is that you intend to throw at it. The quality of the switches, the quality, the fact that it's got like a closed-in rubber covering so that you can't sort of get things down in the switches and that sort of thing. It's really, really well made. If you would probably assume it's waterproof, but I checked and it's not waterproof. And apparently on the back here, if you lay it on its back, it gives you more low ends, more depth to the sound, depending on what kind of material you use. If you place it on a wooden table, it will sound different to a stone table or whatever. I'm not going to use it in that way. I'm just going to use it as a... Thing is, for me, I'm not trying to get the best possible sound. It's a practice amp. Like, as long as it sounds good, I'm not going to be going out of my way trying to get it 2% better like you would an actual guitar rig. I think that's not really the point of something like this. Saying that, I did recently join the Positive Grid Spark Go Facebook group, and it seems like there's a lot of people out there that are really kind of determined to get this to be their actual main rig. Like, they're coming out of the line out, they're going into tube power amps or solid state power amps into like 2x12s, 4x12s. And they're trying to make this become their sound, and you can do that, and it's nice to know that you can do that. I don't buy something like this for that, because for me the live stuff is the live stuff, the home stuff is the home stuff, and I like to keep them separate. So yeah, really well built. You've got the guitar input here, and around the guitar input is the guitar volume. Next to the guitar volume you've got the headphone input or headphone output, which is also switchable, so you can have it as like a stereo headphone output or an actual mono output into your audio interface or power amp or whatever it is you're using. Next to that output is you've got these two little buttons here which controls the volume of the music. So if you want to play along with backing tracks and that kind of thing, you can independently control the volume of the music to the guitar volume, so you can balance it between the two to get the mix that you want. Next to that is the preset button. It holds 4 presets. It comes loaded with 4, like a clean, a crunchy, a Marshall sort of lead one, and then like a custom one which is automatically preset to be like an EVH kind of high gain thing. But we'll run through that when I show you some of the presets. On the side here we've got USB-C. Very good, because I'm so sick of people still using mini USB. It is such a pain. And next to that is the on button, which is also, if you press and hold it, it turns the Bluetooth on and off. So if you want to connect it to your phone to change the presets, you can do that. Or if you want to connect it to your phone to play music with a backing track, there's a whole load of stuff on the actual app. I'll do like a screen recording of the app. I'm not going to go too in depth on the app because I don't buy something like this for that. I just want it as a practice amp that I can use and just have the 4 presets, switch between them, and that's it. It's nice to be able to use it with the backing tracks as well though, so that's pretty cool. This is where you put your strap, and that's pretty much it. The front comes off, like I said. So actually, it's a bit fiddly to come off, but it does come off. So this is the guitar I'm going to be using. It's a Jet jet guitar. It's a JJ 350. I got it recently. They sent it to me and I really like it. It's about £250 and it's been brilliant so far. In terms of actually capturing the audio, I did notice on Daryl Braun's video that he took the line out and went into his recording interface, and that is cheating. I like Daryl's channel, I'm just joking, but I do think that you probably want to hear what it's like in the room. So the way I can best do this, especially where I'm away at the moment, is I've got a Zoom H6, one of these for like field recorders. It's got these two condenser mics on the front and they're in an XY pattern, and that's probably the best representation that I can give you of what it actually sounds like in the room. Other than that, I'm going to be using these two X-Vive U2 wireless transmitters and receivers for the guitar. So this is the transmitter and this is the receiver plugging into there. I think this is a much better way of doing this. If you can spend a bit more and get like a little wireless, it doesn't have to be this one. This is quite expensive for what it is, really. You can pick up much cheaper ones on Amazon, but for travel and practice, it's a small thing having a cable, but it's just one extra thing that becomes a bit of a pain, especially if you've got like kids running around or dogs running around, or it's just another little thing to go wrong. So I'd recommend getting something like this. Let me just quickly let you know that this is by far the scariest video I've ever filmed. We're at this place in the middle of nowhere in like this outhouse that's apparently some kind of bar turned observatory with this giant telescope. And it's pouring down with rain. Hopefully you won't be able to hear it because I'm going to use some kind of noise suppressing software. The wind is unreal. The rain is just going mad out there. And literally I'm looking out these windows and all I can see is black. Like if I get my GoPro and just show you what I'm looking at. I am literally just waiting for like some kind of Jason hockey mask to just appear at the door. So if you don't see this footage, it's because they got me. But if you don't see this footage, you never knew it was coming anyway, so yeah. So this is how I'm going to have it set up. I'm going to have the Spark Go there and the H6 just there, the field recorder. I'd say it's about an inch or so away, maybe an inch and a half, and hopefully that'll give you a good representation of how it sounds. And just something to note, if you are trying to connect your phone or device to the Spark Go, is you press and hold the on button and the blue light begins to flash and it kind of dims, goes from a light blue to a dark blue. What I've found is that if you want to play music through it, through like your Spotify app, I would connect it through your phone first in your settings without going through the actual Spark Amp app, because I found that once the Spark app is connected via Bluetooth, external apps like Spotify, YouTube, I couldn't get them to connect to it. You have to do it through the Spark app, which wasn't working for me at all. So that's the way I got around that. If you're having that trouble, you might not be having that trouble, you might have found a way around it, or it might be working a bit better than it is for me now. If you do want to play with your Spotify playlists or whatever, connect it to your phone or device first. If you don't want to do that and you just want to mess around and change rigs and that kind of thing, presets, then go into the app first and connect via Bluetooth that way. I hope that makes sense. I did notice that a few people found that were a bit confusing. They weren't able to play their music through their Spark Go, and that's the way around that I found. So I'll quickly run you through the 4 different sounds that come programmed into the Go as presets. Then I'll take a look at the rock and metal presets that you can choose to copy into those preset slots if you choose to do that. So the first sound is labelled Rhythm, and it looks like it's a clean amp. It's like a silver face type Fender thing with a gate turned on, a bit of EQ and some reverb. It sounds like this. Next up is channel 2, which is labelled Lead, and if you look, it looks like some kind of tweedy type thing with a drive pedal in front of it, a noise gate, a bit of EQ and some reverb. And it sounds like this. channel 3, so in preset bank number 3 is called Solo, and it's a Plexi style amp with an overdrive, a noise gate, an EQ, a delay, and a reverb all turned on. And it sounds like this. The fourth channel is automatically set to a EVH 5153 type amp. I made a few changes to this because I just was playing around with it and I saved them. So I've got so it's a 5150 with a noise gate, an overdrive to tighten things up in the front end, a bit of EQing, a delay, and reverb. And it's more of a lead sound, so this is the kind of thing that I thought that it would suit. Way over the top, but loads of fun. And then some of the rock ones, so this is the modern Stone setting, some kind of American high gain amp, probably really obvious, but I know what it is. So there's a noise gate, there's a compressor, and there's a bit of reverb. So it sounds like... Crazy Crew, so it's going to be some kind of 80s hair metal thing. Noise gate, drive, YJM, so like a Yngwie style Marshall, and a delay and reverb. Next is Dark Soul, which is an SLO 100 with a gate, a drive, and some reverb. Next up is the British Accent, something I know nothing about. It's orange, it's a gate, a overdrive, and some reverb. Again, these aren't supposed to sound like really high quality, whatever. This is a practice amp, but you can, if you plug this into your interface, you will get really high quality versions of these sounds. Iron Hammer in metal settings, so Switch Axe. No, it was Switch Axe, look at that. Anyway, gate, compressor, that's it. So... It's alright. Millennial lead. So BE100 Friedman with a gate, a drive, a delay, and a reverb. Millennial lead. I don't know what that means, but it sounds very me. That's pretty good. Heavy axe, another 5153, gate, drive, and nothing. So hopefully. So last of all is the dual train, which is a rectifier, and a gate, and a compressor, and a drive, and nothing else. So. So that's all the rock and metal presets and the 4 basic presets. You can take out any of those 4 built-in presets and swap it for those, or you can build your own from scratch, which I would recommend doing because that's what I usually do with this kind of product. Kind of avoided Positive Grid stuff for a little while because I haven't had a need for their anything they make really. Like practice amps, I use the Blackstar Fly 3, and I also use a lot of modelling stuff, so I'm using the HX Stump, so I haven't had a need for it. There's not been a gap in anything that I do that this fills, but in terms of replacing the Blackstar Fly 3, definitely, I really like the Blackstar Fly 3, I can't speak, Fly 3, but this is better in terms of... Are you off? I'm joking. I hope that's someone messing about with me because let's finish this up pretty quickly. I think the Blackstar Fly 3 is brilliant, but this is smaller. There's so many more sounds. You're so limited with the Blackstar Fly 3 that it does. If you know, for the 30, 40 extra pounds that this costs, it's worth getting one of these. Something I didn't mention earlier was you can actually use this. I'm seeing things move outside now. Something that I did forget to mention a little bit earlier on is this can be used as an interface for your laptop or computer or whatever. So if you want to record direct into your laptop, you can use this and then reamp all the sounds after. It's perfect for that kind of thing. Also, you can take a line out and go straight into your interface, audio interface, and use some really high quality mix ready type sounds, and you just turn this off. I would recommend using it for that because we all know that the Positive Grid stuff sounds really good in the VST and sort of virtual world, so there's no issue there. If you travel a lot, this is perfect. I'd definitely recommend going for some kind of wireless system, like I said. It just makes everything so much easier. This is rechargeable. The Blackstar Fly 3 isn't rechargeable. You can use a big clunky power supply, but I usually run mine on batteries, but this is so much better and easier and cheaper in the long run, more convenient. I really like this, and I'm really glad that I've got this. And I can see that I'm going to be using it loads and loads in the future. It's just built so well, I can't see ever needing to upgrade this with something else for it really. It does exactly what you need in terms of a practice amp. It sounds good, it's small, it's portable, it's cheap to run. What more could you want? I think this is a really good product, and I'm glad that I finally took the chance to check out some Positive Grid stuff. As I said before, this is the Jet JJ350, and I made a video a little while ago. It's over there and it's well worth checking out. They're really good guitars. They're less than £250 and I would highly recommend them. Check the video out, you'll love it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.